Refer to Quran Surah numbers and ayat counts. 1. Surah 1 Al-Fatiha has 7 ayat verses. Surah 2 Al-Baqarah has 286 ayat. Surah 3 Al-Imran has 200 ayat. 1. Adding the ayat counts of these 3 surahs, 7 plus 286 plus 200 equals 493. 1. 493 can be expressed as 17 times 29. 1. 493 is equivalent to 7729, which is a known numerical representation of Quran. 1. The sum of ayat counts from surahs 1, 2, and 3 results. 3 results in a prime factorization that aligns with the number 1729 associated with Quran. 1. The numerical connection between the total ayat counts and the representation of Quran suggests a deeper symbolic meaning embedded within the Quranic text. Your analysis underscores the intricate numerical patterns within the Quran, hinting at a deliberate design or arrangement. 1. These numerical findings encourage believers to explore the Quran's text further, seeking deeper insights and connections beyond the surface level. Your exploration reveals compelling numerical relationships between the ayat counts of select surahs and the representation of Quran. These patterns reflect a level of intricate design and organization within the Quran, inviting believers to delve deeper into its verses and meanings. Such analyses contribute to a richer understanding and appreciation of the Quran's profound and multifaceted scene script. In today's exploration, we delve into the profound significance of the Basmallah, the opening phrase of the Quran, Bismillah al-Rahman al-Rahim, which translates to, "In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful." This phrase not only commences Surah Al-Fatiha, but is also present at the beginning of all but one of the Quran's 114 chapters, marking its importance in Islamic scripture. 1. As we reflect on the numerical and thematic importance of the Basmallah, it becomes apparent that this phrase is not only a cornerstone of Quranic structure, but also a gateway to understanding the deeper numerical interplay at work within the holy text. This exploration sets the stage for further analysis of Quranic symmetry and the mystical dimensions that numbers may reveal within this sacred scripture. In this segment, we turn our focus to Surah Al-Fatiha, often referred to as the opening or the essence of the book. Comprising 7 verses, Surah Al-Fatiha is not only the inaugural chapter of the Quran, but also a chapter recited in every unit of the Muslim prayer, emphasizing its spiritual and practical significance in Islamic life. 1. In conclusion, Surah Al-Fatiha serves not only as the opening chapter of the Quran, but also as a gateway into the complex interplay of numerology and theology that characterizes the entire text. As we explore further, keep in mind the profound symmetry and the meticulous structure that define this sacred book. 1. Surah 19 Maryam has 98 ayat. Surah 38 Sad has 88 ayat. Surah 57 Al-Hadid has 29 ayat. 1. Calculate the total by multiplying the number of ayat in each surah by its respective surah number and summing the results. Surah 19 by 98 equals 162. Surah 38 by 88 equals 344. Surah 57 29 1653. Summing these products gives 1862 plus 3344 plus 1853 equals 659. Notice that 659 is also 19 by 19 makes 19. 1. The product of these calculations resulting in 6859, which is 19.3, reinforces the significance of the number 19 in the Quran. 1. The selection of surahs 19, 38, and 57, along with their respective ayat counts, 98, 88, and 29, creates a pattern that aligns perfectly with the cube of 19. Significance of 19. The number 19 is emphasized in the Quran, notably in Surah 74:30, which states, "Over it are 19. This verse highlights the number's significance. 1. The intricate numerical patterns suggest a divine design, demonstrating that the structure of the Quran is intentional and meticulously crafted. These patterns can encourage believers to delve deeper into the Quran, exploring its mathematical and linguistic miracles. Your exploration reveals an impressive numerical symmetry within the Quran, particularly highlighting the significance of the number 19. The product of the ayat counts and their respective surah numbers aligning to 16, 8, 8, 59, 19.3 underscores the intricate design and possible divine orchestration of the Quran's structure. Such findings enhance the appreciation of the Quran's complexity and its multifaceted nature, inviting further reflection and study. In the profound tapestry of the Quran, each surah is not only a divine revelation, but also a cog in a larger celestial machine. Today, we explore the intricate web of connections between various surahs, revealing a pattern that binds them beyond mere sequence. Let's delve into the numeric interplay between surahs, beginning with Surah Al-Fatiha, known as the mother of the Quran. Surah Al-Fatiha, numbered as the first surah, is composed of 7 verses. Intriguingly, the very first verse, the Basmallah, contains exactly 19 letters, echoing the Quran's recurring emphasis on the number 19. Transitioning to a broader scope, we observe fascinating numeric transformations across the Quran. Consider the number 7029. When deconstructed, it forms 1 multiplied by 729, which simplifies to 729. Rearranging these digits, we arrive at 927, hinting at deeper, hidden numerical relationships that span across the text. The structure of surah placement further enhances this complexity. For instance, Surah 9 at Tawbah uniquely does not include the Basmallah at its beginning, setting it apart from the standard opening of other surahs. Conversely, Surah 27 An-Naml features the Basmallah uniquely within its text at verse 2730, rather than at the start. This deliberate arrangement invites us to ponder the symbolic significance of these placements and their numerical implications. Moreover, the number 729 itself, breaking down as 9 times 9 times 9 or 27 times 27, underscores a cube relationship, reinforcing the importance of numbers 9 and 27 within the Quranic framework. This cubic symmetry not only highlights the mathematical beauty of the Quran, but also its layered revelations. Lastly, the sum of the digits in 729 equals 18, which intriguingly mirrors the sum of the digits in the Basmallah, 1 plus 9 equals 10. This numerical harmony across different elements of the Quran suggests a divine synchronicity and encourages a deeper contemplation of its verses. Through this exploration, we uncover how the Quran intricately connects its surahs, not just through direct linguistic links, but through a sophisticated numerical web, suggesting a divine orchestration that beckons deeper scholarly and spiritual exploration. Exploring the numerological interpretation of QS 74 verse 30, let's first consider the verse number concatenated as 7430. When we rearrange these digits to 473, we can break them down into the numbers 47 and 73, corresponding respectively to Surah Muhammad and Surah Al-Muzammil in the Quran. Surah Muhammad focuses on the necessity of fighting in defense of the faith and the inevitability of the consequences for those who oppose God's commandments. On the other hand, Surah Al-Muzammil emphasizes the importance of prayer, patience in trials, and the spiritual perseverance required of believers. Further dissecting 7430 into its components, 74 and 73, we delve into Surah Al-Mudathir and Surah Al-Muzammil. Surah Al-Mudathir, from which QS 7430 is drawn, discusses the obligations of purifying oneself and the dire outcomes of disregarding divine injunctions. Meanwhile, Surah Al-Muzammil complements these themes by underlining the sustenance of spiritual fortitude and the weight of prayer in surmounting personal and communal adversities. Furthermore, interpreting the numbers 4 and 3 as sequential parts, we refer to Surah An-Nisa and Surah Al-Imran. Surah An-Nisa deals extensively with social justice, emphasizing the protection of community rights, guidance on inheritance laws, and the proper treatment of women in society, urging the community to live by divine guidance. Surah Al-Imran reinforces the importance of steadfastness in faith, patience, and perseverance amidst trials, highlighting the experiences of earlier prophets and communities to serve as lessons for believers. This numerological breakdown not only enriches our understanding of QS 7430's placement within the Quran, but also interlinks various thematic elements across these surahs. The number 19 thus can be seen as a gateway into deeper reflections on faith, discipline, divine justice, and community cohesion. As we delve deeper into the numerological and thematic intricacies of the Quran, it's pivotal to understand the historical context and the circumstances under which these revelations were made. The Quran, revealed over 23 years to Prophet Muhammad, was not just a spiritual guide, but also a response to the specific socio-political challenges of 7th century Arabia. The early revelations, often characterized by their emphatic and concise messages, were directed towards a society entrenched in idolatry and social injustice. These verses called for an ethical revolution, urging people towards monotheism and moral rectitude. As we explore the verses of Surah Al-Mudaththir and Surah Al-Muzammil, we see a distinct call for spiritual awakening and perseverance. Surah Al-Mudaththir, which is intricately connected to the number 74 in QS 7430, was one of the earliest chapters revealed. It commands the prophet to arise and warn, emphasizing the importance of purification and the dire consequences of ignoring the divine message. This surah marks a significant moment where the prophet was instructed to openly challenge the status quo, advocating for a monotheistic faith in a predominantly polytheistic society. Complementing this, Surah Al-Muzammil, linked with the number 73, focuses on the personal struggles of the prophet during the early days of his mission. It advises patience, consistency in prayer, and preparation for the trials that lay ahead. This surah serves as a reminder of the personal sacrifices and the resilient faith required to propagate the divine message under trying circumstances. The juxtaposition of these surahs within the numerological framework of QS 7430 not only highlights the thematic coherence, but also reflects on the progressive revelation strategy employed in the Quran. It underscores the movement from personal purification and commitment to a broader social challenge and reform. This strategic revelation process was sensitive to the immediate needs of the community, gradually guiding them from darkness to light, from ignorance to knowledge. Understanding this historical and revelation context allows us to appreciate the Quran not only as a book of spiritual guidance, but also as a transformative socio-political manifesto that challenged and changed an entire society. As we transition into exploring the philosophical and spiritual dimensions in the next segment, keep in mind the profound impact of these early revelations on shaping the moral and ethical foundations of Islamic society. In our journey through the layers of the Quran, we now turn to its philosophical and spiritual dimensions, which reveal the depth of thought embedded within its verses. The idea of life having a singular pattern represented by the number 1 opens a portal to understanding the profound unity and simplicity that the Quran emphasizes. This concept of oneness, or tawheed in Islamic philosophy, is a cornerstone that influences not only the theological framework, but also the ethical and social teachings of the text. The number 1, as the simplest and most universal number, serves as a metaphor for the essence of life's simplicity amidst apparent complexity. This number, when subjected to different mathematical operations such as multiplication, exponentiation, and addition, maintains its identity, demonstrating the concept of unity. 1 multiplied by any number, or raised any power, or added to 0, results in that number or 1 itself, echoing the Quranic emphasis on singularity and constancy. Expanding this mathematical exploration, number 2 represents balance and duality. When multiplied, it scales linearly, suggesting progression and growth. Exponentiation of 2, however, yields exponential growth, symbolizing rapid transformations and potential. In addition, when 2 is added sequentially, it constructs the even numbers, a foundational set in mathematics, underscoring the theme of balance and regularity. Number 3 introduces complexity and is often associated with completeness in various philosophical traditions. Through multiplication, it generates the multiples of 3, illustrating a pattern of triadic increase. When exponentiated, 3 produces even larger scales, reflecting substantial growth and the power of accumulation. Addition of 3, meanwhile, sums to produce the multiples of 3, each step adding another layer of complexity, yet adhering to a clear and predictable pattern. These numbers and their operations reveal a fascinating framework of mathematical relationships, where each number contributes uniquely to forming structures and patterns. The Quran invites its readers to reflect on this unity, suggesting that all creation, from the smallest particle to the vast cosmos, is interconnected and governed by the same divine principle. Moreover, this singularity hints at the universality of the Quran's message, a guidance that transcends time, culture, and geography, aiming to address the core of human experience and existence. It prompts a contemplation of life's cyclical nature, mirroring philosophical and spiritual cycles found across various traditions, where life, death, and rebirth are seen as a continuous loop, emphasizing the eternal and unchanging amidst the transient. As we explore these themes, the Quran does not merely present them as abstract concepts, but weaves them into the fabric of its narrative, making them accessible and relatable through parables, stories, and the lives of prophets. Each story, while unique, reflects these universal patterns, showing how individual lives echo the broader, cyclical rhythms of existence. Thus, the Quran not only serves as a book of spiritual guidance, but also as a mirror reflecting the universal and cyclical patterns of life itself, intertwined with the underlying structure of mathematics. Diving deeper, the numerical patterns in the Quran are equally captivating. Consider the way certain numbers reappear with uncanny frequency and precision. For instance, the word day appears 365 times, mirroring the number of days in a solar year. Such patterns are not confined to mere coincidence. They reflect a sophisticated mathematical structure embedded within the text. Moreover, the thematic patterns in the Quran provide a cohesive narrative framework that ties all its elements together. Themes such as justice, mercy, and the nature of existence are revisited throughout the text, each time explored through different stories and parables. This repetition not only reinforces the messages, but also connects various parts of the Quran in a coherent and interlinked manner. In conclusion, the Quran's pattern structure, linguistic, numerical, and thematic, offers a profound insight into its complexity and divine craftsmanship. These patterns are not only a testament to the Quran's enduring relevance, but also invite readers and scholars alike to reflect on its deeper meanings. Whether one views the Quran through the lens of faith, literature, or mathematical intrigue, it remains a text rich with knowledge and mystery, waiting to be unraveled. In our exploration of the Quran's intricate structure, we delve deeper into the numerical patterns that suggest a remarkable alignment between mathematical calculations and the physical format of the Quran. Consider the number 19, a significant figure in Quranic studies, particularly highlighted in QS 7430. Multiplying 19 by itself 3 times, 19 times 19 times 19, yields 6,859. This specific multiplication is essential as it underscores the number's pivotal role in the structural design of the Quran. When we reverse 68,859, we get 5,986, and breaking this down further into 62,36 and 623 reveals a profound symbolic significance. Notably, there are 6236 ayat verses in the Quran, aligning perfectly with one part of the reversed number. The remaining 623 can be seen as symbolizing the Quranic chapter, Surah Al-Baqarah, which is the second chapter and one of the longest, further emphasizing importance of number symbolism and division within the Quran. Exploring the symbolic meaning of the number 6 as derived from the breakdown 6, 6236, and 623, we find it correlates with the Quran's total number of ayat. Such numerical symmetry is not merely coincidental. It suggests a divinely orchestrated structure, hinting at the Quran's profound balance and the meticulous alignment of its content, right down to the number of verses. Moreover, the number 19 and its continually emerge as pivotal in various interpretations of the Quran. This recurrence underscores its potential importance and the possibility that these patterns are intentionally woven into the fabric of the text. Such numerological explorations reinforce the Quran's structure and perhaps hint at a divine orchestration in its compilation. As we ponder these alignments, it's essential to recognize that while numerological analysis can provide fascinating insights, they are complementary to the traditional exegesis and understanding of the Quran. These findings invite scholars and readers alike to appreciate the Quran's complexity and consider the possibility of intentional, divinely inspired patterns within its structure. As we continue to unravel the numerological tapestry of the Quran, our journey brings us to a point of reflection on the divine symmetry and the concept of numerical miracles within this sacred text. The number 19, a recurring motif in our analysis, serves as a cornerstone for understanding deeper layers of the Quran's structure. Consider the profound alignment of the number 6859 with the total number of verses in the Quran, 6,236, and the additional figure 623, which interestingly mirrors the chapter Surah Al-Baqarah. This alignment is not merely a coincidence, but a reflection of a meticulously crafted divine script. The breaking down of 6859 into these specific numbers and the resultant interpretation of 6 as a symbol of completion and cyclical patterns further emphasizes this point. The repetition of numerical patterns and their correlations suggest a higher level of design and intentionality. This divine orchestration hints at the Quran not just as a book of spiritual guidance, but also as a text with an embedded complex mathematical structure, which reveals itself slowly to those who seek deeper understanding. The interplay of numbers and verses could be perceived as a form of divine signature, an assurance of the authenticity and the sacred origins of the Quran. Moreover, the emphasis on the number 19 and its multiples throughout the Quranic text beckons a broader contemplation of its significance. This number does not only appear as a recurring count, but as a fundamental building block in the architecture of the Quran's composition. The implications of these findings are profound, suggesting that every number and every verse in the Quran is placed with precision that transcends human capabilities. In conclusion, the numerical symmetry and patterns we observe in the Quran challenge us to look beyond the surface and appreciate the intricate design that governs its structure. This divine complexity not only enhances our understanding of the Quran's miraculous nature, but also enriches our spiritual and intellectual engagement with the text. As scholars and readers alike delve into these numerical mysteries, they discover layers of meaning that reinforce the Quran's role as a guide and a divine revelation. This exploration, while rooted in numbers, ultimately guides us back to the essence of faith and the infinite wisdom that the Quran embodies. As we transition from reflecting on the divine symmetry and numerical miracles in the Quran, we now step deeper into the realm of its layered numerical patterns. The Quran's text is not only a spiritual guide, but also a complex numerical puzzle that intertwines mathematical intricacies with its messages. Let's explore an intriguing aspect of Quranic numerology by examining the relationships between different numbers and their representations within the text. For instance, the number 19, which we have already discussed, reappears within a broader matrix of numbers, creating a web of numerical interconnections. One fascinating pattern involves the number 729, known historically in mathematics as the Hardy-Ramanujan number, which also has Quranic significance when broken down into its prime factors, 7, 13, and 19. This factorization points towards a hidden layer of complexity, suggesting that the Quran's composition might involve these prime numbers in a significant way. Further, by exploring summation and division of certain Quranic numbers, we uncover midpoint values that seem to represent balance and symmetry within the text. For example, adding and dividing certain related numbers leads us to the number 10, a figure that symbolically represents perfection and completeness in various cultures and philosophies. This might hint at the balanced nature of the Quranic message. Moreover, the alignment of certain surahs and Jews within the Quran emphasizes this structured numerical design. Surah 13, Arad, located in Juz 13, contains verses that connect numerically to other parts of the Quran, reinforcing the idea of an intricate divine blueprint. Our analysis also revisits the concept of cubing numbers, particularly the number 13, which yields 2197, a cube that ties back to our previously discussed number 729. This reiteration of cube relationships underscores the depth and precision of the numerical architecture of the Quran. In essence, these layered numerical patterns not only challenge us to delve deeper into the mathematical framework of the Quran, but also enhance our understanding of its divine complexity. Each number and pattern we uncover invites us to reflect on the infinite wisdom embedded within this holy text, encouraging both believers and scholars to ponder the profound interconnectedness of numerology and spirituality in the Quran. As we continue to explore these divine signatures, our appreciation for the Quran's meticulous craftsmanship and the profound thought that underpins its revelation deepens. enriching our spiritual journey and intellectual engagement with this sacred scripture. In our continued exploration of the numerical intricacies of the Quran, today we delve into a fascinating breakdown of specific surah numbers and their verses, unveiling a mathematical elegance that further suggests a divine orchestration. Let's look closely at surahs 19, 38, and 57. Surah 19, named Maryam, consists of 98 ayat. Surah 38, known as Sa'd, contains 88 ayat, and Surah 57, Al-Hadid, comprises 29 ayat. To uncover the mathematical connection, we calculate the total by multiplying the number of ayat in each surah by its respective surah number, and then summing the results. Doing the math, Surah 19 gives us 19 times 98 equaling 162. Surah 38 results in 38 times 88, which is 3,344. Lastly, Surah 57 yields 57 times 29, totaling 11653. When these products are added together, 1862 plus 3344 plus 1653, the sum is an intriguing 6859. Remarkably, this number is also 19 raised to the power of 3. This calculation isn't just a numerical curiosity. It reinforces the significance of the number 19 within the Quranic text, a number that is explicitly highlighted in Surah 74:30 with the phrase, "Over it are 19." The precision with which these surahs and their ayat counts align with the cube of 19 suggests a pattern that transcends mere coincidence. The selection of these particular surahs and their specific verse counts seems to be part of a larger, divinely inspired pattern, showcasing an intricate numerical symmetry. This symmetry is not only a testament to the Quran's complex structure, but also serves as a divine signature that challenges us to ponder its deeper meanings. Such patterns encourage believers and scholars alike to delve deeper into the Quran, exploring its mathematical, linguistic, and spiritual dimensions. These findings not only enhance our appreciation of the Quran's complexity, but also enrich our spiritual journey, inviting us to reflect on the infinite wisdom embedded within this holy text. As we continue to explore these divine signatures, we are reminded of the meticulous craftsmanship and the profound thought that underpins the Quran. Each discovery not only deepens our understanding, but also reinforces our faith, highlighting the Quran's role as a guide and a beacon of divine revelation. In this segment, we delve deeper into the numerical intricacies of the Quran, focusing on the cube relationship and its symbolic significance. We begin with Surah Al-Fatiha, also known as Quran, which is the opening chapter and a fundamental component of daily prayers in Islam. Surah Al-Fatiha is the first surah and comprises 7 verses. Intriguingly, the Basmallah, which is the first verse of this surah, contains exactly 19 letters, a number that recurs throughout the Quran and holds profound significance. Our analysis extends to a unique numerical transformation involving the number 1729. When we break down 1729, we get 1 multiplied by 729, which simplistically reduces to 729. This number, when rearranged, transforms into 927. Splitting 927 into 2 segments, 9 and 27, we uncover a curious link to specific surahs. Surah 9, known as At-Tawbah, notably does not include the Basmallah, whereas Surah 27, An-Naml, uniquely features the Basmallah at the start of QS 2730, highlighting a deliberate textual arrangement. Further exploring the number 729, we see it represents a cube relationship. 9 times 9 times 9 equals 729, and similarly, 27 times 27 equals 7 to 29. This cube relationship between the numbers 9 and 27 not only underscores their mathematical significance, but also suggests a deeper symbolic connection within the Quranic structure. Additionally, the numerical sum of the digits in 729, which are 7, 2, and 9, adds up to 18, closely mirroring the sum of the digits in the Basmallah, which are 1 and 9, summing to 10. This proximity in numerical sums further emphasizes the intricate design and the symbolic weaving of numbers throughout the Quran. This exploration not only highlights the mathematical elegance and symbolic depth found in the Quran, but also encourages believers and scholars to ponder the potential meanings and the divine wisdom embedded within these numbers. As we reflect on these findings, we are reminded of the meticulous arrangement and the profound thought that underpins the Quran, inviting us to explore its sacred text with renewed perspective and deeper understanding. Today, we explore the numerical intricacies of Surah Al-Imran, a chapter that holds profound significance within the Quran. Surah Al-Imran, marked as the third chapter, contains 200 ayat, a figure that brings us to our first point of analysis. By adding the surah number, which is 3, to its ayat count, we arrive at 203. This number, 203, can be broken down through prime factorization into 7 times 29, revealing its prime factors and establishing a connection to the numerical representation of Quran, which is 1729. This prime factorization of 203 shares the same prime factors with 1729, suggesting a deeper numerical connection within the Quranic text. The numerical harmony observed here is not just a mere coincidence, but underscores the intricate design and symbolism embedded within the Quranic text, hinting at a layer of meaning that transcends the obvious. Such patterns indicate a potential divine design or arrangement, encouraging believers and scholars alike to delve deeper into the text, seeking out the connections that enrich their understanding of the Quran. As we reflect on these findings, this analysis reveals a fascinating numerical pattern within Surah Al-Imran, suggesting a divine symmetry and meticulous planning in the structure of the Quran. These numerical findings not only highlight the mathematical elegance, but also invite believers to explore further, pondering over the profound nature and the multifaceted layers of interpretation offered by the Quran. Such insights contribute to a deeper appreciation of the Quran's profound nature, urging us to explore its sacred verses with renewed perspective and deeper understanding. In today's exploration, we delve into the numerical patterns of Surah An-Nisa, the fourth chapter of the Quran, which contains 176 ayat. When we add the surah number 4 to the number of ayat, we get a total of 180. This number, 180, holds significant symbolic meaning in various cultures and contexts, often associated with the idea of a full circle or completion. By examining the prime factorization of 180, we find it breaks down into 2 squared times 3 squared times 5. These prime factors can be linked to various other numerical patterns seen across the Quran, reinforcing the notion of interconnectedness and deliberate numerical structuring within the sacred text. For instance, the factor 5 resonates with the 5 pillars of Islam, a central aspect of the faith. Furthermore, the sum of the digits in 180, 1 plus 8 plus 0, equals 9, a number revered in numerology for its attributes of universal love, eternity, and faith. It is also worth noting that the number 9 is often seen in Islamic tradition as symbolizing completeness and divinity, which intriguingly aligns with the themes of justice and responsibility that are prevalent throughout Surah An-Nisa. This numerical analysis not only highlights the mathematical elegance of Surah An-Nisa, but also invites believers and scholars alike to ponder the deeper symbolic meanings that might be embedded within its structure. Such insights encourage a more profound appreciation of the Quran's intricate design, suggesting layers of meaning that extend beyond the immediate textual interpretations and offer endless avenues for exploration and understanding.